اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين بارئ الخلائق أجمعين باعث الأنبياء والمرسلين، ثم الصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين خاتم النبيين شفيع المذنبين رحمة للعالمين مولانا وسيدنا أبي القاسم محمد. اللهم صل على وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين، لا سيما بقية الله في الأرض مولانا حجة ابن الحسن عجل الله تعالى فرجه الشريف. اللهم صل على محمد. ولعنة الله على أعدائهم أجمعين من الآن إلى قيام يوم الدين. أما بعد، فقد قال الإمام الباقر عليه الصلاة والسلام: اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. رحم الله عبدا حبس نفسه علينا. Respected elders, brothers and sisters, we are now back on a subject which is my favorite subject. And this is because when I was here in Muharram, actually this subject has remained unfinished. This is the subject which is the most important subject in the world, because it is about the most important person in the world, Imam Sahibul Asri wa Zaman. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. So if you remember, during Muharram we had 10 lectures, 11 lectures, plus a Q&A on this very subject, which is yearning for Imam Mahdi. And many of the mu'mineen have said, this has remained unfinished. We want this to draw to a conclusion. And so inshallah, during the days when I'm able to, the nights when I'm able to, we will touch upon this subject. Before that, a hadith about Rajab. I've given you one hadith on keeping one fast in Rajab. I've given you another hadith about someone who keeps 2 fasts. Now, what if you manage to keep 3 fasts, 3 rozas, during this month of Rajab? Then what happens? So again, قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد, that someone who manages to keep 3 fasts in this glorious month of Rajab, جعل الله بينه وبين النار خندقا, Allah will cause a separation between him and the fire of hell. The fire of hell won't be able to reach him. طوله مسيرة 70 عاما, the distance between him and hell will become like 70 years. Okay, so whatever measurement of the akhirat that is, that will be the distance between him and the fire of hell. And then Allah says that at the time of iftar, if you keep 3 rozas, at the time of iftar, this is what happens. لَقَدْ وَجَبَ حَقُّكَ عَلَيَّ. Allah says that you have a right upon me. I need to give you something. You have a right upon me. لَقَدْ وَجَبَ حَقُّكَ عَلَيَّ وَوَجَبَتْ لَكَ مَحَبَّتِي وَوِلَايَتِي. And you have earned, because of these 3 fasts you have kept, my love and my guardianship. I will look after you. I will love you. Why? Khudaya, what have I done? Just kept 3 normal, simple, easy, relatively easy, inshallah, fasts for you. No. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't look at what we do. He looks at His own generosity. When He gives from His generosity. If Allah was to give us based on what we have done, then we don't deserve much at all, to be honest. But He gives us from His fadl, from His grace, from His generosity. Inshallah, Allah gives us tawfiq to use this month properly in the best possible way, inshallah, with a salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Now, where were we, Azizan? I will not put you on the spot to ask you where we were. I'm sure you do remember, but let me just recap very, very quickly. Regarding 12th Imam, what did we say during Muharram? We said, number 1, we have to have iztirar for the Imam. We have to have a yearning for the Imam. Okay? Then we came on to the qualities of the Imam. So we said that Imam-e-Zaman is living in a real sense, in an immediate sense. He's around us. Hadith says he enters your buildings. Hadith says he says salam to you. It's absolutely possible that we have seen Imam, but we have not recognized him. In fact, one of the hadith says that when the zuhur of Imam Zaman happens, many people will say, we saw this person, but we failed to recognize him. Then we said that he is the mercy of Allah embodied in human form. So if you want to know about your Imam, you would say that he is the embodiment of the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We don't want to look at our Imam as we sometimes have done in the past, where we have painted a picture of the Imam as a kind of cruel, naudhu billah, bloodthirsty person who will just come and kill everybody. No, not at all. There will be some fighting, yes, but overwhelmingly there will be the manifestation of mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When he comes, his mercy will manifest in what sense? Number one, humans will be taught by Imam how to live in a world full of tawheed. Tawheed will be the ruling characteristic of this world. Right now, what would you say rules this world? I would say generally materialism and money rule this world. People are fixated upon money, materialism, and we have always a kind of sense of fear and greed. I want more and I don't want to lose what I have. I'm scared of losing what I have, but yet I want more and more. That will go. We will learn how to live in a world of tawheed. He will perfect our intellect and akhlaq. He will perfect human knowledge. Hadith says that when he comes, there are 27 letters of the Arabic alphabet, correct? Alif to Ya, there are 27 letters of the Arabic alphabet. This is an example which is given in Hadith. If the entirety of human knowledge is 27 letters, before Imam has come, we possess 2 letters out of 27. Imam will come and bring the other 25. Imagine now the scope of human knowledge. All the technology and all the industry and all the things we have from the time of Hazrat Adam until today, until the zuhur, is 2 out of 27. He will bring the remaining 25. So then what happens? So people have made some predictions. Again, these are only predictions. Don't take this as absolutely 100% correct. But people have said maybe when this kind of thing happens, interstellar travel will become possible. Maybe those things that we feel today are impossible will become very possible because we will learn new things. Another thing that will happen is that we will see almost as a norm people coming back from dead to life. Raj'at will happen. Not only one. Raj'at is only not for the previous Imams, by the way. Many Raj'ats will happen. Many people will come back from dead to life. That has to happen to get us comfortable and prepared for the Day of Judgment. So if you remember, what we had said was, it is in a process. Imam has to go into occultation, then he has to come back. Rajat has to happen. There has to be a peaceful world, and then the Day of Qiyamah will come. This is all within the plan of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Imam will extract from the earth the riches of the earth. There will be plenty for everybody. There will be no more fear and greed. That will go. No one will say, I don't have enough. Everyone will have plenty. It doesn't make sense to us right now because we live in a world dictated by fear and greed. We can't think that how is it possible in a limited world everyone has everything? But no, people will. That will be the barakat of Imam. One of the things is in his mission is that he will get people forgiven for their shortcomings and mistakes. This makes sense on one level straight away. The sins which we have done between us and Allah, we call that Haqqullah. Anything we have done against Haqqullah, God forbid, someone has missed prayers, missed fasts, then anything against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, of course we understand Imam will pray for our forgiveness and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will answer his prayers. What about Haqqun Nas? What about Haqqun Nas? We always hear, isn't it, that Allah cannot forgive someone on Haqqun Nas issue until the person forgives themselves. Then how will he deal with this? So there are a couple of ways of looking at this. Let me share them with you with the salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. The first thing is that people themselves, when they see the merciful nature of Imam Zaman, they themselves will come and make up for what they have done. Because they'll feel so shy and ashamed that my leader, my Imam who's in front of me now is like this. And he's promoting so much tenderness, forgiveness and gentleness. How can I keep my grudges? And how can I keep, okay, that person said something to me and, I feel bad. I don't want to keep that baggage. I've seen my Imam, the way he is, I don't want to keep that baggage anymore. So the first thing is that people naturally will see, when they see their leaders in a good frame of conduct and character, they themselves will change. They themselves will say, you know what? I forgive you, I forgive you, I forgive you. People will forgive each other on this point. Secondly, he will, using that treasure that he extracts from the earth, he will settle people's issues. Many times we have issues between us that are petty. They can be solved very easily. One of the things that he will do is that he will use the wealth and the wealth of the earth that is extracted to heal the relationships between people. So this is from Imam Muhammad Baqir alayhi salam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. He says, during the time of Imam, 12th Imam, the wealth of the earth will be gathered to him and he will announce, come and take that for which you broke family ties. You broke family ties over this kind of thing? Hiya, take. For which you spilled innocent blood. You are squabbling over things? Hiya, take. I will pay for all of that if you need it. You broke the laws of God? I will help you with that. So he will, for example, pay people's blood money. Blood money is a big issue in Islam. Blood money is when, for example, you kill someone mistakenly, manslaughter. Now there's a blood money to pay. Many people are in jail in Muslim countries because they can't afford the blood money. So they have to go to prison. So he will come and pay that blood money. He will come and pay those dues. However, we have to say something. Yes, those who have unspeakable crimes, maybe they've done murder, rape, and such heinous crimes, maybe this forgiveness is not for them. Maybe they will have to still be punished, because definitely there are some things which the injured party deserves justice. So maybe in those things Imam will not be able to forgive. Now, this treasure trove of kindness, we say that on the Day of Judgment, the Imams will help us in our sins. We believe in shafa'at of Ahlul-bayt. We believe that, for example, Bibi Fatima will come and do shafa'at. Imam Raza alayhi salam will come and do shafa'at. Aimma alayhimus salam will come and do shafa'at for us on the Day of Judgment. So I ask you a question. If they can do shafa'at for us on the Day of Judgment, why can't they do it here as well? Why can't they do it here as well? Here it's relatively easier. Here we still have the opportunity to ask one another. On the Day of Judgment, then it's out of our hands. Let me tell you what 7th Imam says. 7th Imam, Imam Musa Kazim alayhi salam says, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. He says to his companion Sama'a, he says, O Sama'a, the return of this creation is to us. The hisab and the accounting of this creation is upon us. This is the honor given to Ahlul-bayt by Allah. The sins they have done against God, we will ask Allah to forgive them and He will answer us. However, the sins they have between themselves, we will seek from the people that they forgive one another for our sake. Imagine if Imam Hussein alayhi salam comes to you right now and says, Bhai, forgive this person for my sake, for my honor. You would refuse him? Would anyone refuse? Abba Abdullah coming to you right now and saying, I ask you to forgive this person for my sake, my honor, for my dignity. Who would refuse? So Imam Kazim alayhi salam is saying that for the sins against Allah, we will beseech God. The sins against one another, we will beseech people directly. That for our sake and our honor, you forgive one another. And as Shias and lovers of Ahlul-bayt, we will agree. Now, what if someone says this? Okay, all of this higher. So Imam will get us forgiven. Day of Judgment also no issues. So then, does that mean carte blanche? Then let's go and sin as much as we want. Right? We have carte blanche. Imam's going to seek forgiveness. Ahlul-bayt will seek forgiveness. We'll forgive one another. Then why are we worried? No. Big mistake to think like this. Why? Number one, if you make a mockery of the system of Allah, you do not qualify for the system of Allah. You can't make a mockery. You can't say, okay, in that case, I'm going to take advantage. No. This is for the shortcomings, the lapses, the mistakes that we make, moments of weakness, maybe lack of upbringing, maybe other issues going on, and we have made these mistakes. It doesn't mean carte blanche that we can do whatever we want. Because there are some sins, and this is the second point. The first point was you can't make a mockery of the system. The second point, Azizan, there are some things and there are some sins that take you out of the wilayat of Ahlul-bayt. There are some sins that they will not excuse. There are some sins that they have told us, if you do this, you go out of our wilayat, then don't expect us to protect you and help you. So it's not a carte blanche. It's not just like that. This is for the genuine mistakes, like I said, that there is some other, shortcoming or a lapse of a person. There they will help. But someone who makes a mockery, no. They will not help in those situations. I'll finish with this story from the life of Imam Jafar Sadiq alayhi salam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa Muhammad. Imam had a companion called Ali ibn Hamza, Ali son of Hamza. Ali ibn Hamza had, you can say, a friend or an acquaintance. That acquaintance, his job was that he was a clerk in the government of Bani Umayyah. Big sin, big issue, big, you can say, betrayal of Ahlul-bayt. The very people who had stolen the rights of Ahlul-bayt, now he's working for them. That was his job. He was a clerk. He used to record things like, this person has paid his tax, this person has paid his dues, I took this from this person, I took this from that person, all ghasbi, because it was meant to be in the hands of Ahlul-bayt, now it's in the hands of Bani Umayyah, big sin. So he tells Ali ibn Hamza, he says, listen, can you get me an audience with your Imam? Ali son of Hamza says to Imam that this person wants to have an audience with you. Imam says, Bismillah, tell him to come. He goes. He sits with Imam. And he says that this is my job. I'm a clerk for Bani Umayyah. Is there any way I can be saved? Is there any way out for me? First of all, Imam rebukes him. Imam tells him, if it wasn't for people like you, our rights would never have been taken. Why are you helping the illegal government of the time? Then he pleads, he says, look, Imam, I'm looking for a way out. I realize I've done wrong. Imam says, I will tell you something, that if you do this, you will get a way out, and I will guarantee for you paradise. He says, tell me. Imam says, you go and you look at everything you have in your possession, everything you've collected from people, all that ghasbi stuff. Look at what you have collected. You are to return each and everything to the owners, because what you have taken is ghasbi. Go and work out each and everything, even the clothes that you may be wearing. If you've taken them from people and it's ghasbi, you need to return it. And if you can't remember or you don't have access to the person anymore, then you give it in charity on that person's behalf. This is a big undertaking. Imagine everything you own, everything you've gathered in this way. That person puts his head down. He thinks, and then he puts his head up and he says, I will do it. You have to give credit. I respect that person. And after being shown his error, he's willing to do such a thing. Imam says, if you do it, I will guarantee paradise for you. He leaves. They go back to their home, Kufa. So this Ali ibn Hamza and this clerk of Bani Umayyah, they're living in Kufa. Ali ibn Hamza narrates that I saw that this person, my friend, really, he began to give everything back to people. Whoever he remembers, I took this from you, I'm sorry. I took this from you, I'm sorry. I'm returning this to you, I'm sorry. And those things which he could not remember, he was giving in charity. I went to visit him and I saw he had hardly anything left in his house. And then after a while, when I visited him, he became extremely ill. He was suffering with illness. And the more I visited him, I saw that he was deteriorating. And I was sure that he's going towards his death. On the final visit which I made, he was literally in his last moments. He was dying just there and then. And I was sitting with him in his final moments and his eyes were closing and he was going in between consciousness. Then all of a sudden, he opened his eyes and he said to me, Ali, I swear by Allah, your Imam has kept his promise. I swear by Allah, your Imam has kept his promise. In other words, what did Imam say? You do all this, I guarantee for you paradise. So in other words, during that sensitive time when his soul is shifting from one world into the next world, somehow he has been given a vision of heaven that is waiting for him in the next world. Somehow he realized at that time that he was destined for heaven because he fulfilled what Imam Sadiq had said. Now this Ali ibn Hamza, he says, after a time, he died, we buried him and everything. After a time, I went back to Medina and again I met Imam Sadiq. And as soon as I met him, the first thing he said was, Ali, we have kept our promise for your friend. What I had told him, he did, I kept my promise. In other words, he's okay now. In other words, yes, maybe he had to go through some difficulty in the last stages of his life. Maybe life became very difficult for him. Maybe it's embarrassing even to go back to people and say, sorry, this is yours, it's not mine, I return it, I apologize. But at the end of the day, what happens? He is saved. This is Ahlul-bayt alayhimus salam. They will always show us a way out, no matter what situation you are in. No matter what family issue there is, no matter what issue there is between you and someone else, have sincerity, they will show you the way. This is my deep belief. Have sincerity for Ahlul-bayt alayhimus salam, they will show you the way. Nothing in this world is out of their power. Nothing is beyond them. Azizan, tonight is Shab-e Jummah. And first of all, let me give you some very good news. Very good news. This should bring happiness to each and every heart. Tomorrow, of course, is the biggest night, the Wiladat of Amirul Mu'mineen. But tonight also, there is a narration that in Rajab, and one of the days mentioned in Rajab is 12th, which is tomorrow's day, is the death of Muawiyah ibn Sufyan. That is also a khush khabri, is also something happy for Mu'mineen to celebrate. Tonight is Shab-e Jummah, Jumerat, and if I was to say that if there's one place that Imam Zaman would be tonight, where would it be? It would be Karbala. Near Aba Abdullah. Khudaya, give us the tawfiq to go to Aba Abdullah. Someone comes to Agha Bahjat and says, Agha, I'm going to Karbala. Give me some advice. What should I do there? You know what Agha tells him? Agha tells him, recite while you are there 10 small masa'ib of Hazrat Aliyun al-Asghar. Imam Hussein alayhi salam, his heart broke so much during the shahadat of Aliyun al-Asghar, recite for Imam Hussein 10 times the shahadat, the masaib of the shahadat of Hazrat Ali Asghar. Imam, what a moment that would have been. Imam alayhi salam has just announced, Hal min nasirin yansuruna. Bibi Rabab comes out of the tent. She says, Mawla, since you have said these words of Hal min nasir, this baby of yours is wriggling. He has no peace. Imam says, give me into my arms. He takes Hazrat Ali Asghar in his arms. He says in that very famous poem, Laytakum fi yawmi ashura jami'an tanzuruni. Oh my Shias, I wish you were there. You could have seen the way I had gone to ask for water for my baby. فَأَبَا أَن يَرْحَمُونِي. But they refused. What did they do? They shot an arrow into the throat of my baby. When the arrow hits, Imam Hussein is left speechless. He looks down. What does he see? The blood is Ziyarat of Karbala, inshallah. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد.